We're here at Stotan Industrial Project in Fuquay, North Carolina. This is a job where geopiers are being used to support a retaining wall that's integral to the entire industrial project. This wall supports the main access road for the entire facility. It also raises the grade for the whole site to make the entire project possible. Without this wall, the entire job site would have to be completely redesigned and large portions of the site would be unusable. The problem site developers run into a lot is they know they need to put a big wall somewhere on the site in order to make the project work. So they put a line on the page that says, put a 30-foot tall wall right here. Then the project keeps moving along, and then all of a sudden they realize this giant wall is sitting on a swamp or some terrible soil conditions. It's in a place where normally you could never build a wall of this size. That's where geopiers come in. If you built this wall on the soft soils that are out here, it would settle immensely, it would look terrible, or it might even completely fall apart. 10 or 20 years ago, people would have assumed that the only solution would be to take out massive amounts of soil and to put stone back in, or to build an extremely expensive foundation solution. Using geopiers offers a cost-effective foundation support solution that allows you to build the wall you need to, even on terrible soil conditions or with a high water table. A geopier is a column of highly compacted stone in the ground. And the basic idea is, instead of using costly grout or steel in the ground, if it's possible to support the foundation with cheaper, easier to install stone, then that's the best solution. By installing a grid of geopiers beneath this wall, we control the settlement of the wall and we create a consistent, uniform support. It's basically now like you're building on a good site instead of building on a bad site. Designing the spacing, depth, and diameter of all the geopiers is a big puzzle to solve to figure out what is the most economical way to support this wall. The height of the wall and the soil conditions are changing throughout the span of it, so the design requires a lot of careful analysis. I used to design retaining walls in my previous role as a geotechnical consultant. So I have a lot of experience in construction, inspection, and design of retaining walls. So I know exactly when geopiers can make a huge difference in cost and design. If you ever look at one of those big block retaining walls, some people may think it's just a bunch of blocks stacked on top of each other. But behind those blocks is a whole system of grid, stone, and engineered soil that acts as a complete unit. So really what you've got is this giant heavy mass of soil that's 25 foot tall and 25 foot deep. So the whole wall area needs support, which in our case for this job site is 750 feet long and 25 foot wide, which to put in perspective is about the size of 4 full basketball courts. The design and construction of these walls is a very complicated process. You need coordination between the geotechnical engineer, the wall designer, and the general contractor. Everybody has to be on the same page. You need somebody experienced coordinating the entire process. So if you need to build a wall and it's sitting on terrible soil conditions, or you think you need to move the wall or engage in some really costly undercutting process, you should really keep geopiers in mind as a solution for your job site. There are many situations where it is by far the easiest and least expensive option for wall support. Most people exclusively think of geopiers for supporting structures like buildings, but supporting walls is another great tool to have in your belt as a developer or as a general contractor. So if you need help with foundation support solutions like rammed aggregate piers, rigid inclusions, or any other type of traditional deep foundation, contact us.